So a few of you were curious about what the new lens was that I just got and I made my last video on, but because typically people aren't curious or interested in my photography or my filmmaking or any of my gear, I didn't mention what lens it was. I just was saying that I was excited that I got one. So I do apologize to those of you who were and are interested in like my gear and my photography and different stuff that I do. And I'm sorry I did not mention what the lens was. I just don't typically have people who care outside of my circle of people. So this is the video of answering what the lens was or is and what other lenses and gear that I use. For starters, the lens that I just got that I used in my last video, I'm currently using is the 17 to 40 millimeter f4. It is in Canon's L series and it works great for what I need. I love it. It is super helpful. It has become like my main lens that I use for almost everything, from portraits to landscapes. It is amazing for what I like. I don't typically like going lower than like f2 roughly for my f-stop anyway. So the fact that it's f4, it's within my range that I use and it's great. So that is the 17 to 40 millimeter Canon L series f4. I love it so much. It is. Now the prime lens that I use most often, it is my only prime lens. That is a lie. I stopped using my 35mm that I had that was my prime lens because I now have the 17 to 40, so I don't need the 35. But my 50mm, the Nifty 50 that people call it, is my now only prime lens that I use, and it is great for anything. It's that like nice mid-range between telephoto and wide angle, and I will use it for my like portrait shoots, for like animals and different things. It's just a nice lens all around. Highly recommend for anyone, whether you are professional or beginner. We all use it and it is great. The third lens in my kit that I use is the 75 to 300. This is my like telephoto that I've been using since I had my first DSLR. Same as the 50mm, this was like my only lens that I used with my first DSLR back in like 2014. It's been a while. I've been doing photography over half my life. This lens has been my telephoto that I've had for years, so it has definitely gotten its use. I use it for sports, I use it for wildlife. It's just a fun thing. I used it in a wedding. I am looking into a new telephoto lens purely just because this one has gone through so much that there is some damage. So I am looking into a new one. It's most likely not going to happen anytime soon, but for right now this works fine still. So those are my three lenses that I have in my kit right now, and my camera that I'm using is the Canon 60 Mark II. When I was 17 years old and this camera came out and I saw one of my favorite photographers get it and talk about it and review it, I was like, that is the camera that I want. All of mine to have that camera, the 60 Mark II, as well as the 17 to 40mm by the time I was 25. And I am 23 and I now have them. So I hit that goal, so go me. Yeah, I'm just really excited, and I apologize for not mentioning in my last video what the lens was. I don't typically have people who are interested in this part of me. So if you are interested in learning more and hearing me talk about like my photography and filmmaking and stuff, I'm more skilled when it comes to photography. I've been doing it longer, I have more experience, I've learned almost all that a person can learn as far as digital photography. I am not a film photographer, but digital photography, I'm all in. Filmmaking, I am still learning, but I would not say I'm a beginner anymore, which is cool. But I am definitely not as skilled in filmmaking as I am in photography. So if you have questions or are curious, please ask. I am more than willing to answer. I love talking about it. I could ramble for hours, and if you are close to me, you will know that I almost always have my camera on hand, because I will always find a reason to make a video or take photos. Whether you're eating and I'm just chilling there at McDonald's, I want to get photos. I'll get some fun photos just for memories, or I'll make a cool like sequence at a cafe while you're drinking your coffee and stuff. I always find reasons to use my camera and make memories in ways that I know how. So thank you for listening, thank you for hanging out. It is very hot, I am sweaty, it's just like that humid and you know, and I'm tired, so I am going to wrap this up, edit it, and you should be seeing this Monday. Thanks for hanging out. I did it. It's done. Oh, my ass hurts. It's so hard.